Western Australia, Perth. In May 2016, I took a trip to see my brother, who had moved there in 2010. In conversations with him, he would tell me about the youth and how there was these kids called rinsers. They would do this funny dance in the club that resembled aerobics. I was intrigued and I wanted to see for myself what was going on. Little did I know it was more than just a dance. It was a culture, fused with music, drugs, fashion and graffiti. Follow me as I take you on a journey through the life of the youth in Perth. The good, the bad. Inside the rinse. With the Perth metropolitan area being home to over 2 million people and 10% being aged between 18 and 24, I was trying my luck hoping to tap into this youth culture. My journey started with Tory, who runs a clothing store in the city centre on Barrett Street, an interesting area filled with some peculiar characters. Tory is well connected within the city, and I knew she would be a great start in helping me find the true essence of the youth culture. Tory's store, Underground Society, is home to some of the most exclusive brands within the street fashion industry.
So this is the shop. It's got like clothes everywhere, as you can see. Pretty much built it myself. Got brands from pretty much all over the world. Some local in Perth, like young kids that come in here. Got stuff from Europe, Spain, London, America, Korea, like everywhere. I can't really pin a style to it because it's like I have a lot of different stuff, mainly just like internet trends.
Tory's store was impressive. However, it was hard to ignore the amount of homeless and drug addicts within the area.
Matt Lind, L-I-N-D-H from Sweden, Mr. L.
I was surprised, but not disturbed, and I was still eager to find out if this was a true representation of the area.
That's just Barrett Street, that's Perth City for you. There's a lot of like homeless, a lot of street kids, just out to like mess with people because they got nothing else to do. So yeah, I carry one of these around, just like basic pepper spray. I haven't had to use it yet, but like I've had to pull it out a couple times and then it kind of like scares them off, but usually I just like yell at people and they get pretty scared, but yeah.
Carrying pepper spray to work may seem extreme. However, these are the lengths in which Tory feels she needs to go to in order to feel safe whilst trying to run a business surrounded by which some may say are degenerate members of society.
It's not like the whole of Perth is like that. Like if you go into the suburbs, it's not like that. It's just because we're in the city and that's where like a lot of the homeless hang out because there's a lot of like food vans and stuff like that, like services for them in the city.
Despite all the difficulties Tory faces from day to day, she has still managed to build a reputable brand. This became more apparent to me as the day unfolded. I got talking to most of the kids that came into the store and came across a general consensus that it was all about the weekend.
Youth culture in Perth would most definitely be probably going out on the weekends and getting as much as possible.
Getting as much as possible, yeah, that's right. Pretty much.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
So all it comes down to is you work the party.
Yeah, pretty
And then once you're out of your partying stage, then you can focus on your future.
I had some really interesting conversations with these guys, and I was told if I wanted to see some real hardcore rinse in action, I needed to head down to Gilk's car park on a club night. Gilks car park is situated on Murray Street, slap bang in the city centre. It's the local hangout spot for kids who haven't got tickets or would rather get wasted outside the club than in.
There's some cunt throwing up down the wall!
The cameraman was bringing me a lot of attention, and it wasn't long after someone approached me and asked if I wanted to see a rinse.
The ones that aren't flailing their arms around and shit, that's the real one.
Hey, keep it going.
Keep it going.
Expert song, expert. This is so much better.
Oh, shit.
It was interesting seeing this new form of expression, and before I knew it, I had a full-blown rinse-off taking place before me.
It's nothing like the other states, bro. You come to Perth, man, it's just all dubs.
And all this shit, all these characters right here.
Go to another state and you rinse, everyone knows you're straight from Perth. Nowhere else in the world does it. It's unique.
Is rinsing a culture or is it just a
Definitely, it's a family.
It's a culture, man.
Yep.
Subculture.
It's a family. All the rinses know each other, we all love each other, and we all look after each
Like
other.
a small community.
It's a counterculture today.
Yeah.
With the heavy sounds of dubstep and the strong smell of cannabis in the air, I could tell that everybody around me was having fun. I was intrigued to find out what other substances were easily accessible and what their views were in regards to taking them.
Whatever's there. Oh, let's start the list. MDMA, pills, acid, shrooms, DMT, speed,
Nangs.
Methylene dioxymethamphetamine.
There you go. Just everything under the sun is just done in Perth. Little nitrous oxide canisters. If you go to the deli, they'll pull a box out and they'll show you what nangs are, and they'll show you
Right next to the
everything.
club, they sell them fucking all over around the clubs.
Nangs are more addictive than crack, I reckon.
Oh, bro, like,
Most addictive thing I've ever done. I got a video of my mate nanging actually. I'll show what it does to you.
Nitrous oxide, also known as nangs or balloons, seems to be the popular substance of choice amongst the youth, as it is very cheap and easily accessible.
it's just all drugs, man. Like, all you do to come out, everyone that comes out is literally just do ecstasy, bro. MDMA.
My sources were correct. I did indeed get to see some true rinse in action down at Gilks car park. The people I got speaking to confirmed that rinsing was not just a dance, and in fact it was a culture. And with that being said, I wanted to explore other aspects of Perth's youth culture. Perth is home to some of the best street art in the world, and its illegal graffiti scene is just as rife, with it being hard to find a corner of the city that hasn't been touched by a street or graffiti artist. With that in mind, graffiti happens to be a big problem for the local council, coming in at a whopping $8 million a year in cleaning costs. In October 2016, new anti-graffiti laws were implemented, with offenders facing up to 2 years in prison and a possible fine worth up to $24,000. However, this doesn't seem to be much of a deterrent, as the youth continue to vandalize the city with no regards for the law. I decided to meet up with some local graffiti artists to find out why they do it and how important graffiti is to Perth youth culture.
It's just like one of the rawest types of art forms there are. Like, you don't fucking go to graffiti school, do you? You don't fucking spend tens and thousands of dollars how to use fucking can shit. Oh, I don't know, they've got a graffiti course at fucking Harvard now. Are you fucking serious? Anyone who actually doesn't like it doesn't really know why we do it, so they have no real right to say anything about it, you know what I mean? You don't do it for those who don't like it, though. That's the whole thing. It's more for yourself than anything. It's not like you're out there trying to make the city pretty for some just idiot to walk past and be like, oh, that's brighten up my day. It's for you. It's like you grind. It's like you don't get no benefit really. It's a grind, you know?
How important is that graffiti to Perth within youth culture? Is it a big thing?
It started a lot of fashion. Like, a lot of the younger dudes today, like, back in the day, like, it's become more fashion than anything. Yeah, it's become not only that, it's become fashion to have paint-stained clothes. It's actually pretty fucking ridiculous in Perth. Almost anyone either sells drugs or writes graffiti. It's a pretty big joke. But however long I've been in the scene, it seems like a lot of them tend to like just kind of like do it as like a fucking as a banner, like yeah, alright, graffiti. Whereas anyone who's actually about it doesn't want anyone to know. You know what I mean? It's not meant to be a fashion statement. It's meant to be a fuck you statement. Like this is meant to be something that I keep to myself. Yeah, you see so many people just being like, yeah, fucking hit panels last week. Yeah, hit the showgrounds like usual.
From their appearance, I could tell that these guys had already been out that night, and they weren't shy in showing me. At this point, I was knees deep. Whilst I didn't condone these guys vandalizing the city, I did understand from an adrenaline point of view. I would be lying if I said that what these guys are doing isn't taking place in other pockets around the world. But the youth culture I experienced here is eclectic and fresh. They allowed me to take a look into their world. And by the looks of things, this movement shows no signs of drying up anytime soon.